Hey guys, Jimbo here for the 138. Today we're going to be talking about something that's not really all that exciting. I don't expect a whole lot of views because, like I said, it's not very exciting, but something needs to be talked about, and that's clothing for hiking. I'm almost 1 year into my backpacking journey, and I started out like a lot of people, but with cotton and cheap pants to hike in. These pants are the Magellan pants. They're from Academy, and they were $25 on sale, and I really do love them. They're great. They shed water. They're fairly light for what they are. For $25, there's no way I went wrong. And if you watched some of my earlier shows, you saw that I wore my St. Louis Blues Roar Bacon shirt, which is cotton. I wore it because, I bleed blue and I love the blues, but it is not a good hiking shirt. Cotton is not a good shirt. This shirt has been soaked completely by sweat, and then it weighs like 15 pounds. Not literally, but it feels like it because it's so heavy, and it doesn't dry. I mean, it takes forever for cotton to dry. It's almost ridiculous. So, it might be okay for your first couple times, but when you can, try to buy a better shirt, something that wicks sweat away and dries quickly. And we'll get into that in a minute. First, I want to talk about the pants. These are my summer pants. I like them because, like I said, they're fairly lightweight. They're made out of material that sheds water, and they protect me mainly from poison ivy because I get poison ivy really bad. I don't like letting poison ivy stop me from having a good time. I'm an outdoors person. I have been most of my life, since I was 13 anyways, and I have to wear pants. I hate it, but unless a trail is really wide or there's a lot of water, I have to wear pants, just to protect myself from going to the emergency room at a later point in time and spending a lot of money that I'd rather spend on more gear, because that's what I do. I just like to save money, and I like to spend money on stuff I love instead of because I have poison ivy. So that being said, these are great pants, especially for $25. If you're just starting hiking, I full-on recommend Magellan brand pants. They're convertible, which that means that they turn into, they got zippers and they can turn into shorts. And that is a good thing. So, as you can see, they turn into shorts, just like I said. And the beautiful thing about this is, for me, who I have to wear pants, like I said, at the end of the day when I get to camp, I'm in a secure location where there's no poison ivy really creeping around, and it's all beat down, it's made for camping. I take my legs off. I like to cool off. It's usually summertime or hot, like last month, or Eagle Rock, Butterfield. Take them off, and now my legs can breathe. I can get some air. I can start feeling cool and comfortable sitting down after a long hike. If you're going to go into deep water, I take them off. At the Eagle Rock Loop on my first water crossing, I took them off because it was going to be deep enough where I didn't really want my pants to get wet. So, because these will get soaked, they'll sooner or later they'll get soaking wet. But like I said, they dry fast, so I don't always take them off to cross water. Sometimes I can just yank them up and make them capri style. The option is there with convertibles. You got an option. You can make them shorts, or you can keep them pants. That's the cool thing about convertibles. So, with that being said, the thing I don't like about them is they have a very straight cut. The bottom is made to fit over your boot, and they're very wide at the bottom. That's fine if you're in a position where you don't need rain gear, or they're great for if you have underclothes like long johns or whatever put underneath them. They're great, but if you're gonna be in mid hike and you need to put your rain bottoms on, they very easily bunch up, and then you have to figure out a way to shove your hand down there and smooth it out, or go in from the underneath to pull your legs down, and it's not that big of a deal, but it is an inconvenience, and I don't like it. So what I did was I bought these. These are made by Kuhl. They're called the Deceptrs. They're made for hiking. I haven't worn them on a hike yet, so I actually don't know how good they are, but they've got the tapered legs, and this is going to make them a lot easier to put my rain gear on in the rainy situation. I don't have to sit down to put my legs in and stick my arm up in there and try to wiggle out my legs. They're tapered, so they just slide right in, which is going to be awesome. I cannot wait to do this. They seem to fit really good. I don't usually have my shirt tucked in, but I wanted you to be able to see the waistline. They're made out of like a stretchy material, so they they bend really good, and they're supposed to be pretty nice. I got them at REI on sale. They were typically $90. I got them for $60 plus tax, so they're about just under $70. It was a Labor Day sale, and I wanted a different kind, but they didn't have the different kind on sale, and I'm kind of a cheapskate, so I looked it up online, and they seem to be pretty good pants, so I'm going to try them out. Kuhl's it's Kuhl, I think that's how you pronounce it, but they seem to be one of the main brands that are the next level up from like Magellan, a cheap brand, without going into the really expensive stuff. Right now I'm still I just got done making big purchases for like my Zpacks and my Cuban fiber tarp, so I really can't drop a whole lot of money right now on super expensive stuff, because I need to like tone back on that. So right now $70 for a pair of pants is really, really expensive in my opinion for what I'm doing. Maybe next year I can jump into some better stuff, but for now I want to see how the Kuhls work. I really like the way they look, I like the way they feel, I like the bendability on them. I can feel when I bend, I can feel everything moving in a comfortable way, so we're going to see. So that's my pants, and I really like the tapered look, especially for rainy season. They're loose enough. I got them loose enough where I can wear long handles underneath them, long johns, whatever you want to call them. Thermal underwear will fit underneath these and still be comfortable with pants, rain pants. So I think that I'm setting myself up for the rainy season pretty good, and the cold weather season also. So we will see. So let's jump back up to the shirt. The cotton shirt is not what you want. I found that out in the first 3 or 4 hikes. I wore cotton, and as soon as you start sweating, it collects the sweat and it gets heavy. Like I said, it doesn't dry. I mean, usually I have to dry it at home. By the time I get home, I have to dry it because it's still completely wet. There's no way to dry it. So I moved into the next version of my shirt evolution, which is I bought the Zpacks shirt, which is a wicking shirt. I'm not really sure what it's made of. I think it's polyester and a little bit of cotton. I don't quote me on that because I'm not sure, but it's lighter, it's thinner material, and every time I walk on it, I can feel like I'm kind of sweaty, but when you touch it, it never feels wet. It's really, really strange. I haven't tested it in rain yet. I haven't been rained on when I wear the Zpacks, so I'm not really sure how that works, but so far, every time I've wore it, at a time when my cotton shirt would have been soaked through, the Zpacks shirt is magically not wet, and it still feels dry, and I like it. Let's see what it looks like now. Okay, so this is my Zpacks shirt. It's basically just got the Zpacks logo and it's black. It's very thin. I mean, you can kind of see through it when you lift it up to the light, but it is ridiculously comfortable. I love this shirt. I'm hoping they come up with new colors so I can buy another one. I don't really want 2 of the same color, but it is really, really comfortable. I have another one that's a Pack Rat shirt, which is a store in Fayetteville, and I don't know if it's made by the same stuff, but it feels very similar, and I also wear it in videos. You might see it sometime, but this is mainly information telling you that when you buy a shirt to hike in, you definitely want to find the lighter stuff, the stuff at Wicks. Look for like the merino wool, or this is like, it might have spandex in it. I honestly can't remember. I'll put the link down here wherever the links go, and so you can tell. But definitely find something that wicks moisture, because that's a lifesaver. Because I've found hanging stuff up once you get to camp the next day, unless you're in full blast sunlight, it's not going to dry. So just plan on whatever you're wearing not drying. And that being said, you should buy something that wicks moisture away and dries super, super fast. This shirt is a prime example. It's like I said, I've sweated through, and when I touch it, it doesn't ever feel saturated. It might feel just a hair damp, but it works great, and I full on recommend it. Super light and comfortable. The comfort factor alone is worth buying this shirt. So, okay, so let's talk about rain pants. These are Outdoor Research Helium pants. They are the pewter color. They had a bunch of different colors to choose from, but I was able to get these on sale on a Labor Day sale. They only weigh 5.6 ounces, which I think is a very decent amount. They fold up into their own little pocket here. They're supposedly, from everything I read, really good pants. I haven't tried them yet. They've got an elastic band, they've got drawstrings, they've got these little shock cords where you can, if you wanted to put suspenders on them. But the best thing about these is the system I got going on with my taper cut pants is that's all you have to do to put them on. My taper cut pants didn't get bunched up at all, they're still right there at the bottom. And they've got a back pocket, which I don't know if I'd ever used, but yeah. And not a whole lot to be said about these. They've got zippers on the side so you can just squeeze them in with your boots, but I don't ever do that. I'm too scared I would ruin them, so I just take a couple extra minutes, take my boots off and slide through. Very slick feeling. They're supposed to be really good pants. We'll see. We'll test that theory, as we say. This is also pewter, and this is the Helium II jacket. And it is very lightweight also. The jacket, the Helium II jacket, comes in at 6.7 ounces, so it's a little bit heavier than the pants. It folds up super small, as you saw, about the same size as the pants. Folds up into its own pocket. And again, I did some research, and from what I understand, the Heliums are supposed to be really good. And I got them both on sale. Stiff, the zipper seems to be just a little bit stiff, but I don't mind that because that means it's not going to come down. It's got a hood with a little brim cap thing, a bill, I guess you call it. It's got a drawstring at the waist so you can cinch it in if you need to. And I don't know, hopefully it's breathable. It says it is, we'll see. And then I also, while I was on their site, they had a big Labor Day sale, so I kind of went crazy and spent a couple $100. So on the same sale, I also bought this. It's a Refuge, it's called the Refuge Hybrid Hoodie. It's considered a jacket. It's not your typical jacket. It doesn't fold down super small, but it's because it's insulated. It's synthetic. I wanted synthetic because I'm afraid of down right now. At this stage of my career, I'm not ready to use down. But it's a hybrid because it's got the vest, basically the synthetic down vest, and then it's got this material that's supposedly like windproof, and it's supposed to be super, super warm. This actually would go on the inside of my rain jacket. Now, obviously this isn't going to be for deep winter, but I'm not set up to do deep winter yet. It's also got a hood. This windproof material. It's stretchy. And yeah, the Refuge Hybrid. All of this new combination of clothing that I bought all work with each other. That's the most important thing. If we're walking and it's cold, I can just throw this on. And I'll probably tuck that under and then cinch it up real tight to where, and now I am protected from the elements. Kind of looks silly with all this on here, but so outdoor research for the win. We'll test it. Planning on doing a 25-mile hike next weekend coming up. Basically in a week I'll be getting off, and we'll see how all this works. Now I got another piece of gear I want to show off. Okay, so it's just about the end of summertime. It's going to start cooling off. It's been getting down in the 60s. I bought a long sleeve shirt. It's a Magellan because I'm not ready to spend a whole bunch of money on the Columbia yet. I will at some point. I got long arms, so I had to buy the really big one, but that's okay. It's cool. It's got vents in the back. It's pretty much everything the Columbia one is, other than the price tag. I'm sure that the Columbia one's probably better in some aspects. I don't know. I haven't done enough research. Everybody loves the Columbia. I'm not ready to spend $70 or whatever it is for a shirt. I got this one for $25. It's almost silky feel. It's like Egyptian cotton or something. I don't know, but I'm hoping it's I don't honestly know yet, but I'm hoping it's moisture wicking, but I think it'll keep me warmer. It's got the UV protection, and I think it makes me look a little more classy on the trail. What do you think? We'll see. So that's it for clothes. So far, if you give me about 3 or 4 good hikes, and I'll go do a review on all this stuff, and hopefully it all pays out, because I spent a little bit of money on it. One last thing I want to talk about. So I want to talk about my new top quilt from HammockGear. This is the Economy Burrow. It's a custom, and it is down. It's my only piece of down that I own. It's got a sewn-in footbox. It's super lightweight. It weighs 1 pound 2 ounces, and it's very compactable. And I got it in blue and I don't know, pewter or whatever the other color is. I've not used it yet. I just got it, and I think this could be a game changer. If it gets down to 60, and I get cold at night because I'm skinny, and this thing is like just a fluffy piece of air that I feel like, even though it's a pound, it's really big. That's why it's very big, and I can't wait to try it on, to wear it in my hammock. It's gonna be wonderful. It packs down really small. When I bought it, it came with a very big bag to store it in your closet so it can stay lofted. And it also came with this, the small bag, which fits perfectly in my Cuban fiber gear bag that I bought from Zpacks. So that's another thing I'm gonna end up. I'll probably need 3 or 4 good cold nights to test this thing. It's supposed to get down to either 40 or 45. I want to say 40 degrees. My underquilt's only good for 45, so I should be good down to 40, 45 is what I'm guessing. Maybe a little lower if I wear insulated underwear to sleep, which is my plan, because I do not like getting cold. It ruins the night. This thing should be for the win. We'll see. It gets ridiculously small. So HammockGear, I fully recommend anything from them. They seem to be a legit brand. Anything Zpacks is awesome. I've had no problems with my Zpacks at all. I love it. I love my pack. I love my shirt, my trekking poles, Zpacks. They're awesome. I think once you find a good brand that you like, I feel like you should stick with them. I buy a lot of stuff from HammockGear. That's where I got my Cuban fiber tarp, which another game changer. This thing is ridiculously light and it packs down small, and I survived a really big thunderstorm in this the second night. My first trip, second night, big storm. I slept right through it and nothing got wet. Dutchware makes great stuff. That's where I got my hammock. That's where I got my ridgeline for my tarp, and mitten hooks. Another great company. Those are my 3 main companies that I buy from. I buy cheap stuff from Magellan when I need something, but ultimately when I upgrade, I usually go with a bigger brand. I try to buy American. I think most of the stuff's American. Zpacks is out of Florida. HammockGear is, I want to say, Ohio, I think. And I can't remember where Dutchware is, but I want to say like in Pennsylvania or somewhere on the East Coast. They're all 3 are great, and I trust their products to the max. Anyhow, I think that's all I have for you today. I wanted to put something on there because I've been super excited. I know that's a boring subject, clothes and whatnot. I'm just trying to document my evolution in the backpack realm and hiking. And the more you backpack or hike, the more you learn about backpacking and hiking. And I'm finally getting to where I've got the proper clothes, the proper equipment. I've bought everything at least twice now, and I think I'm set. I've dropped lots of weight doing this. When you buy something and you buy it a second time, you always want to go for a better quality and a lower weight. I've done that. I spent a little bit more money than I wanted to, but I'm wanting to get out there and make longer hikes. I want to go, I'm itching to get a 20-mile day in. Right now, like 15 miles is about my personal best. My GPS unfortunately wasn't on. I forgot to turn it on that second day, so I don't know exactly how long I went, but I want to say 15 miles, and I'm just dying to try to get a 20-mile day in just to see if I could do it, how worn out I am after doing it, and see if I can sustain it. So next week Angela and I will be doing a 25-mile hike, and after that, in October, I'm going to be doing another 18-mile hike with a group from Facebook, and then in a couple weeks later in October, Angela and I are going to be doing the Buffalo River Trail, which is 37 miles of a lot of ups and downs. And so this equipment should get tested pretty decently in the next 3 hikes, and hopefully I can start pumping out some reviews. By the end of that, I should at least be able to do my Cuban fiber tarp review. And then also my new hammock is I bought the Dutchware Chameleon hammock, and I'm hoping to get a review on that, because that, if it works out the way I think it is, will be yet another game changer, and my whole game will be elevated to the next level, you might say. I don't know, gamers terms. So anyhow, if you watch this and you got any information out of it that you liked, please push like. If you're new to the channel, you might check out some of my older videos, and if you like my style, if you think that I'm putting out decent quality content, you might subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And to everyone else, man, have a good day and hike on. Get out and do something today.